Hi, this is John Schmitz, and this is episode 25 of the Do Something Indie Show. And tonight we have community garden specialist. I'm gonna say specialist, Sharonna Moore, and she's a little firecracker. I just tell you what, I just love being around her. She's got a positive vibe, and she's doing great things with kids. And I would say she's definitely small but mighty. And I look forward to getting out there and helping get some of this stuff rolling up in Lawrence. So let's take a look at the interview I did. Well, heck, it's probably been about 3 months ago that I did this interview, and I wanted to wait until it got closer to gardening time. So Sharonna's probably thinking, well, I wonder if he's ever going to play my interview. Well, guess what, Sharonna? Here it is. So let's take a look at it. Hope you enjoy it. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's so good in front of the audience. So here we go. Hi, this is John Schmitz with Do Something Indie, and I have another special guest in studio here with me today, and this is Sharonna Moore.
Hi.
And she is doing good work up in Lawrence with the Lawrence Community Garden.
Yes.
So I've invited her in here, and she's been gracious enough to come out to lovely Chateau de Mars Hill studio in beautiful Mars Hill, Indianapolis.
It is a nice neighborhood.
And I'm going to let her give you some background and how she got involved in this gardening and all that beautiful stuff.
Sure. So again, my name is Sharonna Moore. I am the founder and garden manager at Lawrence Community Garden. We Gardens. We are located at 9240 East 46th Street. We're on the backside of Monarch Beverage. As a matter of fact, they're our partner on the project. And we're also right behind Post Road Rec. One of the reasons I started the garden is just to help improve the food security issues that we have on the east side. I started off with donating about 80% of the produce that we grow to the local pantries in the neighborhood, and also by offering a you pick for free section at the garden. And then we developed a mobile farm stand, so we were able to distribute the produce directly from the fields to the people in the community. So for instance, we serviced apartment complexes, Spanish Oaks, Carriage House East, two large apartment complexes with people who have very low access to transportation. Also, Senior Home Heritage Place. Coincidentally, they're across the street from our garden, but the seniors that have mobility issues can't get around. They can't even get across the street to get the produce that we have. They were able to give them for free. So they're one of our stops on our route as well. We take SNAP on our mobile farm stand. We are a WIC approved farmer as well. And then we also market at various markets around the city, mainly just the Indiana Black Farmers Co-ops market.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You're part of the Black Indiana Farmers Co-op and whatnot. So, and I've been up to your store, and we were talking before this about how we actually met, and I think I had heard about this, and we were trying to get some community gardens going, and I'm like, well, here's a great example, and I just showed up one day, and here I am, and you had kids out there, and they were excited about doing what they do, and you have, tell us what you have up at your farm.
So we have an on-site farm stand, and during the summer we provide youth programming. We have a program that's called Next Generation Farmers. So we hire youth as junior farm hands for our summer program, and we give them a stipend to participate. So as an incoming junior farm hand, you would get a $50 a week stipend, plus you earn profit sharing off of the produce that's sold at the market. So basically, during the entire summer, the produce that's harvested is donated to the junior farm stand, so that the young people can understand overhead, profit, business management, business operating techniques, as well as learning how to manage their time, and when they're harvesting and they have to display their produce, they do a little research through the USDA site to find out how much produce is going for in our area. They help at farmers markets. They sell lemonade. I mean, they really do a lot.
And one of the things I noticed in watching you interact with the kids is that they have a responsible adult that knows what the heck she's doing.
Yes, that's true.
And you do have some chickens and other things up there too.
Yeah.
And now I know my chickens are out back here. They're wintering well. So your chickens are up there.
They're molting.
Yeah.
They're molting. They're saving their energy for staying warm. So they're not eating. I mean, not producing a lot of eggs, but we are still getting eggs on a regular basis daily. So yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So let's jump a little bit ahead of that, and I wanted to see you make other items. You have other things that you do, and you have brought me this sodium-free seasoning salt.
Yeah.
Because I got high blood pressure, right? I don't have the sugars yet, but I got the high blood pressure.
You don't have the sugar
Yeah, but I got the high blood pressure.
Yeah, that's something.
So what'd you bring me here?
Well, the reason that I created the sodium-free seasoning salt is because it's been 2.5 years since I had a heart attack at 43 years old.
I did not know that about you.
Right, I had a heart attack, and so I had a 90% block. So now I'm living with a stent, and I went from taking no pills to about 9 pills a day when I left the hospital. But I knew I didn't want to be bound to taking pills the rest of my life, and although the doctor said that I would be on blood pressure medicine and blood thinners the rest of my life, I've proven them to be liars. And so part of that is eating well. So not only are we growing food for the community at the garden, but I eat from that garden too. So that's why we make sure we're using everything there is chemical free. So we're using the best natural products that we can to make a high quality nutrient dense produce.
Yeah, and I can see how you have some empathy because you've been there. I mean, anytime we've been somewhere, we can sure explain it to somebody else, and then we have a little more understanding of what that is. So talk about your program again, and maybe how some people can get involved, because I know you can sponsor kids too and different things. So hey, let's make some money here, right?
Absolutely. So ways that people can get involved with I will just share a little bit more about some of the programming that we do as well. So with our senior homes, we work directly with Oak Street Health to provide programming for seniors. So some of that is produce. We provide produce at a very low cost to Oak Street, and they support our market farmers, so we're able to purchase local produce from local farmers to distribute to the seniors in the community through Oak Street. They buy it from us, and we distribute it for them. Along with that, we do a food demonstration. So we try to pair the produce with the recipes so that it can provide a meal for our seniors. A lot of the seniors don't know how to prepare foods without using meat or meat products. For instance, chicken broth, you know what I mean? So we show them how to make a really rich vegetable broth and how to use some of the healthier ingredients in their cooking and stay away from the meat. We also do programs with them like how to mix their own spices, planting, jewelry making, custom greeting cards, or holiday gifts for them to take home. So there are a variety of different type of programs we do with them, as well as emergency weather preparedness. And that's something that's really important to us with our seniors, because if we have emergencies, they're usually the first to go. They're suffering. They don't have a lot of family that they can rely on, and they a lot of times can't get around. So
they just can't, yeah.
Right. So we have to equip them with the knowledge that they need in order to survive. And that's part of what we do as well. So when we're doing all of that, when we're teaching our programs on dehydration, water purification, and all these different things, the one that really a lot of people take home is the produce storage. So how to properly store your produce and to make it last longer. So those are workshops that we do. One of those things is dehydrating. So at our farm, we take our garlic, our onions, our red bell peppers, any celery that we have, our herbs. We dry them And then we can sell them individually at our farm stand or market, or we can combine them to make a new product, which here is your sodium-free seasoning salt, because we know we like that salty taste. And this is equivalent to a Lawry's type of seasoning salt without the sodium. So that helps to keep our blood pressure low.
Hey, that's mine.
I know. That's for you and for your adorable wife.
Yeah. Yes, we'll cook something up with that for sure.
Yeah.
I have another project that I was involved with Hank Powell, and then I brought Hank up to visit your site.
Yeah.
And so give us a little bit about how Hank Powell and what you're doing with him and what his situation is.
So the day that you came over to the farm, and just share this with you, John was walking around. He was just looking all around. I said, "Who is this white man over here?" But he came to be a trusted friend and a good community partner for us. But he also brought Hank Powell over to the farm, right? So Hank came over, and Hank was trying to get this garden going, and you guys had already put some structuring in for some raised beds, and you just needed someone there to help facilitate the growing process and kind of manage the garden and provide some expertise in getting it going and how to maintain it. And so we collaborated with the Indiana Black Farmers Co-op, and we talked with one of the members of the co-op to see if she would be interested in managing that space and being a resource for the global culture. And she was all in. And so we've been working with Hank since October on that project. And now we have a guideline set up for him for this spring and a schedule so that we can be on top of things and what we need to do over there and for our own gardens as well.
Yeah. Now, at Hank's, I guess, award bank now, did you get an award at that?
I don't think I did.
I don't think I did
I don't
either,
think I got an award. I don't remember.
It was Margo, and I thought somebody else, but I thought maybe you did. I know that we talked about it. So
well, we had just came on board, so we weren't expecting anything.
This
we're
year.
just happy to
you get an award this year.
Yeah, we're just happy to be involved.
You're doing such good things out there, and it's just you can't. Somebody will like what you're doing because that list of all those programs that you just listed, it's going to hit somebody.
Well, then people can always get involved. Like, we're always looking for volunteers because many hands make light work for us, right? We are a totally volunteer-run farm at our farm at Lawrence Community Gardens. So nothing gets done without the help of the community at large. And so you can sign up to volunteer with us at lawrencecommunitygardens.org. You can sponsor a youth for our program at $250.
Where would they... online to do that?
Yeah, so you can go straight to our website at lawrencecommunitygardens.org, and there's a tab to donate. Put a note there that we're for youth programming.
And I'll tell you, those kids are into this.
Yes, they are.
This is money well spent to sponsor a kid out there because they're out there and it's,
it's hot.
It's hot. Oh, yeah. When I was out there, we were just fly, but it's definitely a do something thing. And kids need to do stuff. I mean, it's not just, they need to do more than use their thumbs. Right?
They can have their phones out while they're at work. They start work at 7 a.m. and they are extremely excited at 7 o'clock in the morning to be working during the summer. They are able to share what they learn with their families and friends. They all research the health benefits of the produce that they're in charge of so that they can communicate this back to the community when they're serving the community at the farm stand, but also to their family. So a lot of people don't know that capsaicin, which is in the bell peppers, helps to fight cancer. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that either.
It helps to fight cancer. And so those are things that we want to constantly alert our youth to and help them to understand why eating fresh produce is important. So, and we also promote graze and go. So they get to taste things right off the vine, and we're not afraid to eat them because we know that we haven't put any chemicals on them, so they should be good to go.
Good to go, yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what, this is, I loved going up there, and if you want to volunteer, you'll learn just as much as the kids. Because this one smart lady right here, she's like, got it going. So I thank you for coming in today, but before you go, I always have a bad dad joke. Sometimes I forget to tell it during the thing, but so I'm going to tell you my bad dad joke, and it's sort of around what you do. So, do you know why vegetarians have such a hard time getting together?
No.
Because they can never meet. Wait, you're not supposed to laugh. You're not supposed to laugh.
They can never eat meat.
Yeah, well, there you go. So you figured out the punchline. So, but they can never meet. So,
yeah. That's cute.
But anyway, that's that's one of my bad dad jokes. So I thought I saved that one for you on the show.
Good. I'm glad you did because that was cute.
I thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much, John, for having me.
A pleasure having you. And I'm not going to be a stranger up there.
Yeah, follow us on our Facebook page. We're at Lawrence Community Gardens. Look us up on our website, or just as soon as the weather breaks, volunteer with us. Come out. We need your help.
Yeah, we got to get that tractor fixed.
We're working on that.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I've been busy, but so hey, visit, get online, donate some money, donate some time, come out and help Sharonna do something.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. Well, if I was giving out awards for the best laugh at one of my bad dad jokes, Sharonna is definitely a gold medalist. And that just gives you an idea of her personality and how much fun she is to be around. And hey, it's very receptive if you come up, and you will get an education. She is just passionate about gardening and about our youth. And I really think these kind of hands-on programs are what we need in our education system. The kids are into it. They're doing something. Kids have a lot of energy. And guess what? Weeds need a lot of energy. But they have chickens, they have food, they have all these things. And I really look for a big year, especially with some of the things we might have with these food shortages coming from the coronavirus. So I think gardening is going to be very, very essential this year. So I thank you for tuning in. And next week, we will have another great episode of A Community Garden here in Mars Hill. So tune in next Wednesday, 8 p.m.